Representing District 4, Commissioner Richard Rothschild.
Okay. Good morning, Carroll County. It's a pleasure to be here. Today I'm going to discuss things outside of the county that affect you and release evidence that demands a verdict. When it comes to the Bay, the Conowingo Dam is the 600-pound gorilla in the room, and it contributed to 19 million tons of sediment during a tropical storm in just 1 week. This is hundreds of times greater than what will be removed by 15 years of environmental mandates. Does this affect you? Well, yes. Maryland will spend $14 billion cleaning up the Bay, or about $10,000 for every Carroll County family. And it's being used as an excuse to force environmental mandates upon us, including the phosphorus management tool, bat septics, and the rain tax. And these unaffordable mandates hurt our business and our ability to fund critical services. The concern, two issues arise. Are federal agencies manipulating reports, and if so, how are they being used to harm us? Fasten your seatbelts. On the left is a 2012 satellite photo of the Bay, clearly showing a devastating yellow pollution plume originating at the Conowingo Dam. This settlement plume settles to the bottom and kills oysters, the Bay's natural filtration system. On the right is a similar photo in the 2015 USGS report that blames farmers for Bay problems. But there's a problem. It's the exact same photograph. You can tell that by comparing the cloud formations in white. The government, the federal agency, photoshopped the brownish pollution plume out of the photo on the right because it detracted from their agenda of blaming our farmers. Through Freedom of Information Acts, we obtained marked up copies of USGS press releases. Notice how they edited them to amplify a political agenda. Instead of Eastern Shore contributes, it is changed to Eastern Shore degrades. Notice how the word excess is inserted in front of the word nutrients. Editing appears designed to scapegoat agriculture when presented to the legislature. This screenshot of a nonprofit's position paper also blames our farmers, but here's the problem. It's dated February 2015, but magically references the USGS report that was not available until March of 2015. So they received an advance copy ahead of the public. Here's the question. Were federal agencies attempting to pre-arm a non-government entity in advance to gain support for the USGS conclusions? If so, why is a government agency trying to stack the deck in advance? And as you saw in previous slides, where the feds airbrushed out the pollution plume from the dam, apparently their information does not support their conclusions. So what does the evidence suggest? Well, clearly, the USGS had an agenda. Second, it felt compelled to airbrush away data that ran contrary to their agenda. Third, it manipulated its own press releases with hyperbole to scapegoat farmers while ignoring the dam. And fourth, it leaked data to a non-elected activist organization in an apparent attempt to preload support for the government position. This is a disgrace, and it impeaches the credibility of federal agencies. So why is this so serious? Well, after 20 years and billions of dollars, the Bay is still only rated a D+. And meanwhile, the experts, quote unquote, continue to ignore the single largest source of pollution, the Conowingo Dam, and its 19 million tons of sediments that wash through every tropical storm, killing the bottom of the Bay. This is 1,000 times greater than the amount of scheduled reductions by 2025 through mandates. Can you spell futile? So what's next? Well, the Clean Chesapeake Coalition contacted the Inspector General demanding an investigation. Additionally, as Vice Chairman of the Rural Coalition, I am arranging a briefing of all member counties of the Rural Coalition. Additionally, the Clean Chesapeake Coalition demands an investigation. Here you see a copy of the letter sent to the Inspector General a few months ago requesting this investigation. If we redirect cleanup toward the dam instead of attacking local businesses and farmers, we can save tens of millions of dollars. In fact, a private company has offered to clean up the dam at a cost that is 1/100th the price of current environmental mandates. Here are some excerpts from our letter. On the right, you can see we allege the USGS report falsely portrayed what's going on, was scientifically flawed, and represented an egregious act of data manipulation. I want to thank Commissioners Wance, Weaver, Frazier, and Howard for their continued support of these coalitions that have done this phenomenal research. And I'm pleased to announce that Commissioner Weaver and I yesterday met with senior members of the Hogan administration and received encouraging feedback on our request to move forward with dredging the Conowingo Dam. Finally, if we're going to save the Bay, everything we do must be smart, affordable, verifiable, and effective. And to date, the current mandates being promulgated fail that test. But we will fix that. Thank you, and God bless Carroll County.
Thank you, Commissioner Rothschild.